Hello and welcome to this super quick video about GKE Autopilot. It's a question I get asked a lot. People say to me, when people have learnt about Google Kubernetes Engine or GKE, and they think, well, this is great, what's this new autopilot thing that I need to learn about as well? So to explain the difference between GKE Standard and GKE Autopilot, let's think about the three different parts of Kubernetes. You have the control plane. This is where you have your controllers, schedulers. This is basically the brain of your Kubernetes cluster. And then you have the nodes of your cluster. So these are the actual computers that will run your workloads, they'll run your containers. And then you have the workloads themselves. So these are your deployments, your services, jobs, ingresses, and so on. These are the actual applications that you'll run on Kubernetes. Now, GKE Standard, as you may know, is fully managed Kubernetes from Google Cloud, so you don't need to worry about the control plane. That part is run for you by Google and their SRE teams. In fact, you don't really even see the control plane when you're running GKE. That means you just have to concentrate on the nodes and the workloads. So basically you have two jobs to do. You need to design and run your workloads, and then of course you have to manage the nodes where your workloads will run. Managing the nodes means things like deciding what sort of compute engine instances to use, making sure they're big enough, making sure they are the right type, they have the right amount of CPU and memory, and then of course scaling them as necessary, configuring the correct node pools, adding and removing nodes to them, or deciding when to use the cluster autoscaler as well. So of course we have autoscalers for our workloads, which you can combine with the cluster autoscaler to have a mostly automated cluster. Now the difference is with GKE Autopilot that we just manage the workloads. The nodes themselves are now being completely managed for us, and that means we can't see them either. Normally when you're running a GKE cluster, you can pop into Compute Engine and take a look at your nodes, and even SSH into them if you want, but with Autopilot you can't. The nodes don't exist as far as you're concerned, because as I said, they're being managed for you. So this is what Google calls a no-ops approach, and it's actually designed to give us the best of both worlds. There's no infrastructure management overhead for us here, but we're not going full black box platform as a service either. We can still use all our Kubernetes primitives to design and deploy our workloads, and of course means that we're keeping our workloads portable, because we're designing and running them just for Kubernetes, not for some specific vendored solution. That means we can still move our workloads around and run them anywhere else that Kubernetes runs. Again, the main difference is with GKE Autopilot that we just run the workloads. Essentially, we're deploying pods, and we're letting Google worry about running our nodes, making sure they're big enough, making sure we've got enough of them, and so on. So why wouldn't you just use Autopilot for everything? Well, there are some differences between GKE Standard and GKE Autopilot. Some of these are very good. Some of them might be constraints for you, depending on your circumstances. With GKE Autopilot, you have a lot of security by default, things like workload identity, shielded nodes, secure boot. These are all optional in GKE Standard, but they're enabled by default in GKE Autopilot. And of course, because all of our nodes are being fully managed, we've got those no-ops options by default as well, things like auto repair, auto node upgrade, and so on. Now what's surprising is how much you can still do even without managing nodes. For example, you can still use pod affinity to co-locate pods on the same node for network efficiency, even though you don't really know what those nodes are. Now some things are not supported. For example, right now, binary authorization of container images is not supported for GKE Autopilot, and there is no support yet for Cloud Run workloads, Cloud TPUs, or GPUs. But hopefully these things will come to GKE Autopilot in the near future. Now finally, there is a difference in the way these two services are priced. With GKE Standard, you are essentially paying per node. You're paying for the individual compute resources you use to create your nodes that will run your workloads. With GKE Autopilot, you are now in a pay per pod model, where you're just paying specifically for the resources consumed by your pod workloads. Pricing in the cloud is something that is constantly changing, so check out the link in the description for more up-to-date details. I hope you found this video useful, and let me know in the comments if you are using GKE Autopilot. I'll see you next time.